Hi guys, in this video we're going to be talking about this particular firearm that you see in front of me here. This is a 10.5-inch AR15 pistol. We'll go through some of the specs on it, and then we'll do some shooting with it, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what it's capable of and all that. So this, if you watch my 16-inch AR15 video, this is that same can. I run this same can across multiple different AR15 rifles. This is the YHM Phantom LT. You safety guys out there, I'll go ahead and clear this gun. It is loaded. I keep it loaded. On the front end here, we've got this is a YHM brake. This is their QD brake. It's a 3-chamber brake. I chose to go with the brake on the 10.5 because if you know anything about short-barreled ARs, they make a huge fireball because of all that unburnt powder. So really the reason for going with the brake is you get these the protection of your silencer with these chambers in here. They sort of act like a sacrificial blast baffle, and really helps to extend the life of your can. When I'll get it up closer a little bit and see and let you guys see there's already some erosion going on, and I don't have a huge number of rounds through this gun. The upper actually was a Palmetto kit. Well, just the upper was a Palmetto upper, a complete upper that came with the bolt carrier group. I bought it at the time because I had another AR pistol in 300 Blackout, and I wanted to just have a 5.56 upper that I could swap across. But after I got the upper, I thought, what the heck, I'll go ahead and build another gun. So I say that to say that this was one of their cheapest uppers at the time, and this barrel is not chrome lined and it's not nitrided. It's actually just a raw steel barrel with a phosphate coating. Now if I had to do over again, I'd go with a nitrided barrel, but like I said, I was just looking for a cheap upper at the time that I could swap back and forth, and didn't originally intend on building another gun. But since I shoot mostly steel out of this thing when I shoot it, I'll just replace the barrel when it burns out. I mean, another 10.5-inch nitrided barrel is like $100, so it's not really a great concern for me. It's actually a very accurate barrel, and I imagine that it'll go thousands of rounds without a problem anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, if it burns out, I'll just replace it. I mentioned that the bolt carrier group is PSA. The lower is an Aero Precision. I talked about this on my last AR video. Same lower that I've got on that gun. Like I said, I like the beveled magwell, and I like the tensioning screw that really helps you mate the upper and the lower together and get it tight fit. I'm running the Magpul backup iron sights. This light is a Surefire. This is one of their G2X lights. This is an older model, the 300 lumen. I think they have some 600 lumens now. But this is mostly like a home defense sort of setup. So for inside, I don't really see an issue. With 300 lumens, I think that's probably enough. If I had it to do over again, I'd get the 600 lumen, but at the time, this is what they made. So I will show you something that a lot of people might not know is that these Surefire flashlight bodies are too small to take an 18650 battery, but I have found these. This is from Keep Power. This is a 16650 battery that will fit the body of this light. It's the exact same diameter as a CR123 battery, and it gives you the option of running a rechargeable battery in these Surefire flashlights. And they actually have, one of these actually has more output than two CR123, so it works out pretty well that way. And I prefer to have rechargeable batteries just because I might use this gun to go out and shoot varmints at night or something, I don't know. So I don't like to buy a whole bunch of CR123 batteries when I can run a battery that has as good of output or better and is rechargeable. So moving on from there, this M-LOK handguard is Palmetto's. It came with the gun. It does have a QD slot on both sides up here or toward the back. There's not a QD up front, but there is one here to the back. This hand stop is I mentioned this in my last video. This is my other eBay knockoff of a rail scales. I think it's a Carve is their model, but this is an eBay knockoff. That, like I mentioned, you can't find them anymore. I think they got in trouble for being such a close copy, and for being as cheap as they were, they're really good quality, and they're solid, and they lock up nicely, and it's perfect for this little short gun. The optic that I have on here is a Holosun HS403B. It's one of the ones that has the little tray for the battery instead of a cap. It's pretty much the cheapest. It's pretty much the cheapest red dot from Holosun. And the only caveat that I'll say about this one, overall I like it. It works fine, but this mount that I have it on is an American Defense QD mount for a Aimpoint T2, and since the battery on this optic sits underneath the reticle, it puts the plane of view up a little higher than their models that have a battery on the side, which means if you want a lower third co-witness, you have to buy an absolute co-witness mount. Now, I didn't know that at the time, so at first I bought a lower third mount, and it put the sight so high that you couldn't even see the irons at all through the window. So I had to send that back and get an absolute co-witness mount that gives you a lower third with this particular optic. So something to keep in mind if you decide to buy this and you want to buy a mount for it. You notice this little piece here. This is a mount for a Caldwell brass catcher that I sometimes use. I do reload, so I like to save my brass whenever possible, but I can put it on here and it doesn't get in the way of anything, so that's the reason I just leave it on there. The charging handle, this is a BCM Gunfighter ambi charging handle. This one it doesn't have really large latches. I don't want latches that stick way out, so this is kind of the one that has the snuggest latches and still gives you ambidextrous capability. It's a really nice charging handle. I've had good success with it. Moving on back, you'll see this is the SB Tactical. This is the SB M4, and you might think, why didn't you go with the SB A3 or the SB A4 that gives you a collapsible brace? The only reason I did that is because I put this pistol together before those were available. So this was the best one at the time. I probably won't swap it out. It works just fine. It's actually pretty solid, and it's the perfect length for me anyway. So I don't necessarily need a collapsible stock, and it's not worth the extra cost to me to go out and swap it out now. The buffer tube is a Midwest Industries that's built specifically for this brace to give you the right length to pull. Other than that, it's a Palmetto lower parts kit. This is the EPT or enhanced polish trigger, the same one that I have in my 16-inch gun, and I also have an ambi safety selector. I believe it's the same one. I think it's also the Midway AR Stoner brand. One other thing I added was here at the back, this is a QD sling mount end plate. This is from Noveski. Mostly I run this gun slick, but if I do want to run a sling on it, I run a QD and this sling mount and this QD up here. So it gives me that option. I think that's about it as far as the gun goes. Like I said, we'll go outside and we'll shoot it a little bit and let you kind of take a look at it. If you shoot it, I mostly shoot it only with the silencer on it, just because a break on a 10.5-inch barrel is just a fireball maker. If you shoot it at night, it's a plume. And the blast is pretty significant even for the shooter with the break alone, if you're not running the can. But like I said, I run the break because it helps extend the life of the can, and most of the time I'm shooting it with the silencer on there anyway, so that's why I chose to go with that. But anyway, we'll take it outside and do a little bit of shooting with it. Okay, here we are out on the range with the 10.5-inch AR. We're going to do a little shooting. I'm going to start out with the can on it, and we'll take it off here later on and finish up with just the break to show you guys both of those. So. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but I took the can off here, and if you look up inside those baffles, you can maybe tell that there's sort of a cone starting to form where they were flat before. That's all that unburnt powder. It just erodes that steel out of there. So like I said, that's the reason that I want to shoot the brake with the can on, but we'll go ahead and shoot it a little bit without the can and let you see what the brake looks like. Alright guys, that's it. I'm not sure if you're able to tell how much greater the blast difference is with just the can and not the silencer, but it's significant. Anyway, thanks for watching.